What's going on, Packers fans? Aaron Nagler here with Cheesehead TV with an injury update heading into the Wildcard Playoff game down in Dallas. We'll start with what I consider probably the least impactful in A.J. Dillon being listed as doubtful, still dealing with that stinger. And that's not to minimize his contribution throughout the season. He's been pretty excellent down the stretch prior to suffering this injury. But since Aaron Jones has returned and is getting 20 or so carries a game, he's been ripping through defenses. I don't think much changes down in Dallas on Sunday. It sucks not to have AJ most likely unable to go, but I think the Packers will be just fine in that regard. A little more concerning, Christian Watson listed as questionable. Now, he was listed as questionable last week after a full week of practice. We saw him out there practicing this week, still listed in a limited capacity. I know Matt talked about gamesmanship last week. Doesn't feel like anything has changed in that regard. I think they're saying all the right stuff. Maybe he'll play, but I'll be very, very surprised if he gives it a go. All it would take is one setback in this game to affect his entire offseason and most likely the output that he might have in 2024. I just don't see them risking it. You guys know the Packers are notoriously conservative when it comes to not only the game in front of them, but looking long term. I think for the long term, they're going to probably sit Christian on Sunday. And then finally, probably the most impactful as far as if he can or can't go and what it means to his squad, Jaire Alexander will be listed as questionable after suffering what Matt LaFleur termed a freak injury earlier this week in practice. He stepped on a teammate's foot and rolled his ankle. I try not to laugh, but it's kind of funny how the Packers are cursed in having some of their premier players go down with injury the week of a big game in practice. Shades of David Bakhtiari echo throughout Packerland here. Jaire being able to go clearly would change their approach to this game, especially when it comes to CeeDee Lamb. I don't think anybody believes that they're going to line him up one-on-one and try to follow CeeDee Lamb all over the yard. I don't see that happening in any stretch. But clearly, it's a very different world you're living in if it's Valentine and Ballantyne on the perimeter against the Cowboys offense, or if Jaire Alexander is able to go, even on a slightly bum ankle. You got to think that gives them a better opportunity to at least try to slow down the Cowboys offense. You're never going to stop them. You're not going to contain them. You just need to slow them down a little bit. And Jaire certainly helps in that regard. We'll see if he's able to go. Matt LaFleur said they're going to give him right up till kickoff, a true game time decision. If I had to guess, I would think, yeah, he probably plays, but who knows? You never really know. And as I mentioned before, the Packers are notoriously conservative when it comes to getting guys back out on the field. What do you guys think? What's the most impactful injury here? Let me know in the comments below, and then tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide.